This is the Franklin County Courthouse. Over the past 145 years, it has stood proudly here in the Benton Square for all visitors to see. Throughout its time, it has been witness to some of the greatest trials and disasters in Southern Illinois' history. Over the past half-century, it has undergone numerous renovations. But last year, county leaders came to the decision to tear the courthouse down. In this story, we take a look at the rich history of the courthouse and what you can expect in the new one.
In our case, we're making a decision for a 145-year decision. So we're here at this turning point, and you must look back at a very broad angle at exactly the history of the various courthouses, where we're going, and what can feasibly be done.
Bob Ray has been a Franklin County historian for years. He says he was saddened by the decision to tear down the Franklin County Courthouse, but is working with leaders to preserve what he can.
The artifacts that would remain would be the spiral walnut staircase. So the county the vision is to remove these treads, the stair rails, and when you walk into the main west entry of the new courthouse, there will be a display case made with, perhaps you could have a flat area where you walk up on the steps, you have the newel post, and you walk up and you look at display cabinets that will have some of the Franklin County artifacts in them. So it'll be, for lack of a better word, a mini museum.
The current courthouse was opened in 1874 after Southern Franklin County split to form Williamson County and a new county seat was needed. The current courthouse is the fourth building to serve as the official Franklin County Courthouse. Local contractor John J. St. Clair erected the current courthouse. He was paid $24,000 to build the structure, into which he incorporated many bricks from the previous courthouse. Ray says even though the new courthouse will be costly, he believes it will be worth it in the long run.
Most of us, in fact, you're not going to come here to pay your taxes. You're not going to come here to get a copy of your birth certificate. Those offices have been moved to the Campbell building. So most of us will not even be in the building unless we're on jury duty, or God forbid we have some kind of a court appearance in this building. So we're going to spend $17 million. The idea is, why tuck it away in a corner or put it somewhere? Put it here so it can be visible, and it will have that aesthetic, that value.
Ray says the new courthouse will have some distinguishing features.
You'll come in from the interstate and you'll see this building. This building's probably 42 to 46 feet high, and the new building's going to be 62 feet high. The bank building over here is 82 feet high, so it's going to be 20 feet less. As that building, the mortar ages and that limestone takes on its own look, it's going to be built of the same materials that an original quality building of 150 years ago would be built from.
Many people have not been in every area of the now closed Franklin County Courthouse. Ray took me on a tour of some of the most historical areas of the building.
So we're standing in the main entrance, and we have the double walnut staircase that actually, as I said earlier, we just had one huge courtroom until the early 1970s. But it's a double staircase. It's just a marvel how they crafted all of this out of locally grown walnut, all the treads, the risers. I can't imagine the math that was needed to do something like this. I do know that one of these windows served as the coal bin. This was heated with coal for 60, 70 years of its life. And you can see here, this is one of the corners. We're under the treasurer's office now. And it's interesting to see this, this is a limestone, this is a quarried piece of stone that was stacked as a foundation. So this is interesting because you can see up there the different layers of the foundation, how well it was built for its time. This is the records vault in the county clerk's office. All the important records and people doing title searches would spend hours and hours in here going through the records. Of course, these have all been moved to the Campbell building. Okay, so we're underneath the spiral stairwell in the front entrance, and it's interesting to see the oak supports that they used for the rough finish. Of course, that's lath and plaster on the outside, but it shows you the support of the steps. It kind of gives you an idea what they were working with when they laid these bricks that were quarried here in Benton and came up with the sawed the oak timbers and started putting it together. Okay, so we're talking about the burger trial, and people would stand outside the window waiting for someone to come and announce what had happened during that day, during the many days of the trial. It lasted over a year. So out the window here, looking to the west, you can see the Franklin County Jail. And then there's the front part was the sheriff's quarters until 1970. They changed that law. But the back was the jail. And Berger had the upper side pocket cell that you can see on the second floor to the left of that chimney there at the jail. And he would walk and be escorted, people with machine guns, fully armed to the teeth, to escort him back and forth, and he would spend his time in that cell. Okay, so this is one of my more interesting areas of this courthouse because it has remained untouched since the Berger trial. So over on the west wing, on the west side, and of course they made a two-story court out of a one-story. So during the Berger trial, this is the window here that the jury would have faced. And these are the arching tops of the windows and the original trim, and I'm sure the original ceiling.
County leaders plan to tear down the courthouse sometime early this summer. As for now, look at it while you can, because the Franklin County Courthouse will soon be no more, but a new history is just beginning.